Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Adventures in Silvernell, the homebrewed fantasy world setting for our online game of Dungeons & Dragons. This is Campaign 2, Princesses of Power. Before we say hello to our players, let's jump into that. Yeah, Campaign 4. Let's jump into the intro.
For almost 300 years, the great authoritarian immortal dragonborn Alyssa has ruled over the material realm of Silvernell. His fear of the water has kept him above the silver seas, yet he found an alliance with the evil mermaids of Eudothia to carry out his bidding. Over the years, the Genasies of the underwater kingdom of Azir have narrowly fought back the mermaids thanks to its just ruler, King Thrine, and his daughters. But times are changing. Alyssa has died. The world of Silvernell is reborn. This is the story of a kingdom after war.
And welcome back. I want to say hello to my wonderful players for tonight. Let's start with Michael Jackson.
Oh, hello.
Andrew Krug.
Hi.
Erica Webb.
Hi.
Margaret Alice.
Ew.
And who are they? Oh, that's right. Alyssa Causey.
Hello.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. I'm so glad you came back to play. Anything you want to say before we jump in really fast?
Thanks for not kicking us off.
Oh, of course. You're welcome. We have a new Patreon. We'll show an advertisement right after the bathroom break. We also have an Into the Expanse campaign on Friday nights. This week we're doing a one-shot. Please tune in Friday for that. If you're watching us on Twitch, you can use the channel points called Rooter Points to buy things to make them happen in the game. Last episode was insane. There were so many random problems and things. Keep it up. I've planned for it this time. So the random problems are an organized list of problems now.
Oh boy, now you have issued a challenge.
Yeah, exactly. So get those Rooter Points in. But let's just jump right into it. Last time on episode 1 of Princesses of Power. Princesses Seer, Goth, and Venfira arrived back in Azir with the news that the terrifying immortal dragonborn named Alyssa, that has ruled over this dry land, is dead. After picking up their sisters Arista, Celia, and Mizu, all 5 princesses reunite with the king and queen at the palace and enjoy a tea party debriefing. Soon they discover the entire kingdom has already heard the news of Alyssa, and the king presents a plan for the princesses to travel the world together now that the land is free of oppression. For the most part. Although they agree, that is about all they can agree on, as the sisters hardly get along. Arista gets a clue on where she might have been found as the adopted sister. Mizu gains a warlock patron that talks through her pet tortoise, Ganon. We learn Celia is a bastard child, and she overheard something peculiar between some shark folk diplomats in the palace bar. Seer shows interest in taking along her servant Ophelio if she were to leave the palace. And Venfira reveals she has a merfolk lover in Eudothia, named Lakin. We begin now after a long night's rest. Everyone awakens in their room except for Celia, who awakens on the cold floor of the palace bar. Welcome back to your game. It is morning time.
Do we have anything that we need to be at, or are we free to just?
You do know. You do know every morning, the kingdom, it's kind of like instead of every Sunday there's a time of worship, every morning there's a time of worship. It's not necessary, but since you asked, boom boom, a bubble pops in all the rooms. Hello, Azirian Kingdom! It is your court jester, Bubbles. I hope everyone had a glorious night last night. I'm very excited to share the news of everything going on, and we have our princesses back. Wonderful. Don't forget, this morning, time of worship in the Temple of Waves. Ooh, So get yourself together, pull yourself together, and we shall see you there. Goodbye. The bubble goes out.
Arista's already down in the kitchen, like, getting breakfast together for everybody.
Okay, as you're in the kitchen, Chef Bagizi is very quiet today. He's got a big bandage around his head, big bandage over his hand. Some servants are helping him, and he's pointing and directing what people need to be making. And breakfast is almost done.
Arista's just darting around in case anybody like drops something she can catch for them or anything like that.
All right, go ahead and roll a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
Be our first roll of the night.
Yeah. It would help if I had remembered to pull up my character sheet already.
Character sheets and dice is like things I always forget I need for
Yeah.
D&D. I'm always like, dang,
Well, I
I
usually have
forgot.
my dice. I just, we're not using real dice for this game. I forgot. Woo! There we go. There you go. Yep, I got a 16.
Oh, perfect. And that is great that you reached out because Big Easy tried to grab a hot pot with both of his hands and the handle slipped on the bandage hand and you catch that handle just
Perfect.
in time. Saving him from a boiled foot, so to speak.
Excellent.
He cannot speak, but he just gives you a...
Whenever it's ready, I'm piling things onto a cart to go. I've been placed in charge of this little excursion, so I'm going to go make sure all my sisters are getting up and have breakfast.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I think Sierra would be probably one of the second one up, I guess.
Yeah.
And she'd meet you down at the kitchen with Leo right behind her. Definitely grabbing some food. I think she would expect the food. She's like, ooh, like this is like a thing that she misses because
I
she's
have
been
a
gone so
plate for
long.
you.
Yeah, I'll say as you're getting to the
Okay.
kitchen doors, they're opening up with Arista with this cart that's right at like nose level with all the food, and she's already got that plate ready for you.
I take it out of her hand, and then I head into the kitchen. Do we eat in the kitchen? Or do we eat out?
Probably not.
Mm-mm. There's
I was like,
a
like,
big
okay,
dining room.
turn out. You turn, grab my plate. Like I'm just following behind her. I actually give my plate to Leo, and he can feed me as I walk, so I can multitask.
Okay,
Great.
cool. As you
I
two,
think
just
I'm
follow
probably
behind.
Yeah.
heading to Venfira first.
all right. So Arista goes to that elevator that's in the main lobby, takes it up to the 3rd floor, I believe, which is the sisters' bedrooms, one of those floors, all the way up to Venfira's room.
Floor with the sisters' bedrooms on it. Yes.
Come in.
Good morning. I brought breakfast.
Vinfira is like just fully like laid out, sprawled. She is not the type to go out, not the type to drink, and she may have gotten a little crazy last night.
Arista's gonna dart into her closet and bring her a pantsuit.
She's gonna kind of thank you and sit up and please tell me you brought something for my headache.
And she'll give her, I don't know, whatever we take, some herbs or stuff. Some
You
tea,
have
I don't know.
pearl mixtures that are made
Great.
from Papa Sea Salt's apothecary.
Great.
I'm gonna take it and like kind of crush it up into my morning coffee or tea, whatever we have, and just chug that down and get up. And it's like, well, thank you, Arista. Please go tend to the others. I will be fine in just a moment.
All right, don't take too long in there.
No promises.
You in the dining room 3 floors down. You can't
No,
hear. Seer.
I'm following her. And
Oh,
I'm
you are? Oh,
I'm
okay.
having her
Oh,
feed me.
okay.
Yeah, I'm just like,
Right.
oh, we're gonna wake him up. I'm bored.
Well, buckle up because we're gonna visit your twin next.
Oh,
Maybe I'm going to go to the dining room. No, yeah, I'm following along. I want to be annoying in the morning, so I'm like, okay. If I need any help to wake
Perfect.
anybody up, I got you. So yeah, just
Mizu.
As she knocks, there is no response from Mizu's room. You don't hear any noises back.
Mizu?
Still
Can I
nothing.
try the door?
The door is locked.
Okay. Can I pick the lock, please?
Yeah, do you
Does that
have
have guidance on her?
Do you have a kit? Or
I have these tools, baby.
Heck yeah! All right, go ahead and roll it.
How do I do that? I thought I just did.
If
Oh,
it's-
there's a query. That's why, because it
Ah.
wants to know what attribute to use. Those pop up behind things. What does guidance give me again?
D4.
D4.
Hmm.
Dice. 4. That is a 17.
Nice.
Yeah, Mizu, if you were in that room, you could hear chick 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 ka-chunk, ee, and the door opens.
As they try to come into the room, you don't see Mizu, but you can kind of see like a lump in the bed where Mizu probably is, but you can't see like any skin. You just see a lump in the bed.
Arissa's gonna take a flying jump. Land on the lump.
He's excited.
All music, because music can't see, she'll say, "Bubbles! I told you to not." As the cover comes off her head. Oh, Arista, good morning.
Good morning, Mizu. I brought you some breakfast.
Oh, thank you so much. That's so thoughtful. And then she's gonna kind of look at the plate and go, "That's so thoughtful. Thank you." As it's obviously not pleasing to her, but
There it
she'll
is.
take the plate
That's okay.
anyways.
I brought you a backup breakfast.
And her eyes light up a little bit as she waits to see.
Takes out another plate, and then whatever the opposite of what you just saw was, that's what's on this plate.
Mizu's eyes light up a little bit this time. That's better. You know me so well, Arista. And flashes a smile, and she'll take the plate and give the other, like, less appealing plate to Ganon. Kind of like tosses it on the floor into the
Nice.
corner.
He digs in.
She'll kind of notice that Seer is following behind, and she'll just kind of give a nod and say, "Good morning, sissy."
Morning, Missy.
I would say it could be a great morning if I didn't get woken up by Bubbles again this morning.
There are things to do today. It's a big day.
Maybe for you guys, but I need to get a little bit more beauty sleep. And as she finishes off her plate, she'll pull the covers back over her head and kind of go back into the position she was before.
Except Arista has already, like, scooted around behind her and was like, no, 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 no!
It's about then when Vinfira, like, kind of walks up in, like, her full, like, girl boss pantsuit look, except that she has, like, terrible eye bags, so it's not quite giving what it's supposed to give. And she's like, "Mizu, if I'm up this early on a day like this, I need you to be up too."
Fine, I guess. Well, I'm gonna need at least 2 hours to you know, get my makeup and my gills done, but after that, down for whatever.
Alright, so Arista's gonna scamper out with her cart and go down to the bar to find Celia.
As you enter the bar, you see Harriet and Arizaline are trying to get Celia up. As you walk in, Harriet is now just explaining how Celia was fine. She did have a big accident and put a hole in the floor at the end of the bar, but it's no big deal. They'll cover it just like last time. And she is trying to say how adamant, or she's being adamant about getting Celia up because she wants all her daughters at the Temple of Waves for this. This is going to be a big deal, a good send-off.
Arista's gonna pull Celia's plate out from the cart and just take it over to her face and kind of do this bit.
But Celia almost like floats up, and like shambles to her feet, takes the plate, puts it back onto the cart, and doubles up on whatever was on the plate.
Good, now that you're up. Girls, I need you to make sure that you're ready, okay? Now, don't feel like you should be in any sort of rush after the Temple of Waves. I am still going to wait on confirmation that Olivine has done what we think he has in the way that he think he has before you go, okay? So, no rush.
Except for the part where we have to go to the temple. Mizu's going
Yes.
to be at least 2 hours.
I'm sure we can make it 1.5.
I give her 15 minutes. I'll be right back.
Seir perks up, and she starts to head back to Mizu's room.
Yep,
Just
that's all you.
She's like, I think I got this one. She's gonna head back to Mizu's room.
Arizoline, your mother is right behind you. Good morning, Seer.
Oh, good morning, Mama.
You gonna
Can I
help
go
me get
across-
this one up?
Oh, I would love to help you.
Well, you know what? Let me see what you've learned in Sumplin. She's just going to grab Mizu's doorknob and open it up. Show me how you wake up a sleeping turtle.
I will say that Mizu isn't in bed. She is sitting and starting to do her makeup, but very, very, very slowly because she's not used to having to do it herself. She's used to having a
That's
whole team who
right.
just got fired.
You fired them all.
Well, there are a few more servants, honey, but you're right. Anna has been let go, and unfortunately this morning, Jasmine says she can no longer work for us as well. She was very mysterious. I don't know what happened, but those are 2 really great servants.
Good help, I see.
Yes, well, I believe the first one had some aid in ending their job, Mizu. Mizu, please, darling, the rest of your time here, can you please not fire our staff? You will be gone soon, and your mother does need her team.
Her neck kind of just snaps over to Arizoline and she says, I don't take orders from you, Arizoline. Whatever Daddy wants, I'll do. And her head snaps back to the mirror.
Arizoline smiles and looks at Seer. I'll be right back.
You've got 15 minutes, and then I'm dragging you out however you look. It's not gonna get that much better anyway, so I'll be waiting.
Well,
And
maybe
Seir
if our
was-
help was a little more competent, I could get it done on time.
Oh, if you were competent, you could just do it yourself a little faster, but we all just can't have what we want, can we? And Seir sits on the edge of Mizu's bed. She just waits.
As they're waiting, Mizu's kind of like calling Ganon over and hands Ganon like a tube of lipstick, which he obviously cannot like grasp, but she like reaches out and gives it to him and it just kind of hits the floor, and she keeps doing that over and over again to see like if he can finally pick something up to do her makeup.
If I was in that body again, I could pick it up, just like I signed that contract.
Shut up, you weirdo. That Seer hears me just say randomly.
Thought I was when I talked to myself.
She doesn't acknowledge Seer.
After a few minutes, Vinfira is gonna kind of just like poke her head in and be like, "Oh, you actually are awake." I have to say, I'm a bit surprised.
Yeah, I think I have about an hour and 56 minutes left, and then I'll be ready.
That's lovely. See, should I assist in this? Should I entertain this? Should
If you can make it go faster, that's fine. She's got 15 minutes or 13 minutes at this point, I guess, to get this done, and then I'm dragging her out of here whether she wants to go or not, so...
Well,
I'm
what
just-
Daddy has to say about that.
We will, at the Temple of Waves.
Excuse
Well-
me. At the door walks in, Felio. Good morning, princesses. Princess Seer Goth, may I have a word?
I'll let you talk to Vinny for a little bit while you calm down and try to fix your face. And then Seer steps out.
Bye, sissy.
see you in a minute?
In the hallway, Felio kind of takes you down. I'm so sorry I was late for getting you breakfast this morning. Your sister Arista was quite quick. I believe she must feel bad for Chef Bagese. He was hurt pretty bad. How are you this morning?
I'm fine. I'm mad I have to miss my morning swim because of this mandatory meeting, but what can I do? A princess has to do what a princess has to do.
So, the rumor is that you're leaving.
Oh yes, I gotta talk to you about that. I had previously said that like you could come with us, but it turns out this is like a very like self-empowerment thing. So it's just the sisters, and we have to like be super secret. So I have a mission for you to do while I'm gone, if that's all right. But you can't come with me. But I am coming back, I think, unless I die, which would be dramatic. But
I don't know how long I can be without you. How long are you gonna be gone?
I really don't know. It's kind of just like he was kind of vague about that. Just kind of like go learn, explore. So I guess that long.
All right. I would wait for you forever, Seer. What do you need of me? I'll do anything.
Well, she kind of looks around. She's like, "There's gonna be someone staying here in my place just to keep up appearances, and I need you to make sure that they maintain my appearance correctly. You just, make sure they make Sair look as Sair as possible. I don't want to come back to some recklessness."
What are you talking about? Like an identical twin? Like a clone?
No, I got too close to that one already. I don't really know the specificities, if it's magical or for hire or what that is. And my daddy said that there's gonna be someone who will be me while I'm not being me, because I look like someone else. That makes sense.
Okay. If that's what you need of me, I will stay here and I will protect your reputation.
Well, a dancing wolf just redeemed a random problem, but
Oh!
there's that.
Random problem.
It's not rude.
But, I hope you're not gone long. There's something I need to tell you.
Oh, he pregnant.
It's like, what is it? Anglerfish?
We avoid that, okay? Well, perhaps can you just tell me before I go? We have some time after the Temple of Waves. We'll have a moment if you want to speak to me more intimately, I suppose, than in the hallway here.
Sure. But I feel it's kind of pressing. I didn't get to talk to you a lot, and if you're gonna leave, I don't have long to live.
Who's don't? Okay, so I guess this is a good time to talk. Can you explain that, please?
He's going to pull his left pant leg up, and you're gonna see his leg looks bubbly and infected, and you know that this is trench foot.
Oh, that. You got. Have you gone to an apothecary or to the medical wing of the castle or anything to?
Nobody can do anything except for Papa Sea Salt. Now, I've heard rumors of some tinctures on land to help, but I mean they're only rumors.
Do you have a timeline on this? On how long this is going? You just said you're going to die. Do you know how is that like an intimate quickly?
Papa Sea Salt gives me a month.
Well, I am quite the skilled healer myself in the magical arts, but perhaps I'll think on it and I'll find you after the Temple of Waves, and then I can give you an answer. Perhaps I can find something on land, but I don't know if it'll be within a month. That's kind of a small amount of time. Perhaps bringing you along would be helpful, but then who would protect my reputation? That's not safe. This is important news, and I don't want to discredit you. I just need a moment to figure out what to do.
Of course, Your Majesty. I'm sorry to overload you in the morning. My apologies. I will tend to your room and make your bed.
I love a challenge, so yes.
As this conversation is wrapping up, Mizu's door swings open and her eyes immediately dart over to Seer, and she goes, flirting with the help, I see. So unbecoming of a princess. And she slams her door and just walks straight in between them, past.
Renfira opens the door that was just slammed in her face and continues. She waves politely to Seer.
Sierra will wave back at Vinfear. I think she was gonna be sassy, and then recognizing that there was more steps, she was like, that bitch. But she will start walking with you guys, or with Vinfira specifically.
About that time, you hear coming down the hallway, big old footsteps, and you hear, girls, where the hell are ya?
Good morning, Daddy! Mizu rings out in like a sing-song voice.
Which hallway? Are they still on the third floor, or are they
Yes.
downstairs now? On the third floor. Okay.
Good morning, my little crustacean. Come here. How you doing?
Doing great, Daddy. You know, kind of sad that I have to go to the temple this morning. I'm really sleepy.
Oh, I know, crustacean, but look, unfortunately I've got a little bit of bad news anyways. You know those jellyfish we got outside? Well, there's a lot of them. And unfortunately, Falconer Borith has told me it's kind of disrupting the manta rays and seahorses. They're kind of putting a halt on all travel today, so we're going to postpone until tomorrow. But that gives you a little bit more time.
Well, why can't you just kill them all, Daddy? You're that powerful.
Oh, honey, the jellyfish are a protected species. Come on, you know we can't do that.
Perhaps we can ask him to move.
You want to just ask the jellyfish to move?
Have you tried that?
I mean, I guess not. I mean, I guess maybe if we used a big old megaphone.
Do not have the herding dolphins in the pastures?
Well, let me go talk to Borith and see if there's something we could do. He was pretty adamant. Something about protecting the natural species or migrations. You know how Borith can go. He sees anything that blows bubbles and he's like, must protect. You know.
Well, Daddy, you know if you can't do it, you can put your princesses on it, and we can get anything done. So.
I know that. Where's Celia?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think this is right about the time that Alyssa and Celia come out of the bar into the hallway.
Oh, good morning, girls. I hope everyone got lots of good rest and is ready for a great sermon at the Temple of Waves.
Woo!
There's I really see like a lot of silence.
Oh, wow. Why is everybody so low energy?
Well, I just don't understand why I have to go if I'm not even religious.
Well, darling, this is just to show everyone your face, right before you're about to leave again, and I thought maybe you'd like to see the people, you know, one last time.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I could get one last address into the people to let them know that their favorite princess is just doing absolutely amazing today.
That's my girl. Also, don't forget, Mizu. You all are going off diplomatically to end ties, but you are the diplomat for this kingdom. You gotta make sure the people are okay before you leave.
I think the people will be very, very upset that I have to leave, Daddy. I don't think I should leave.
Oh, sweetheart, don't worry. When you leave, send your diplomatic ties and come back. Don't forget, we're gonna get replacements. They're not gonna know you left. Wink, wink.
She has been like holding on to her father this whole time, and with that she like rolls her eyes and lets go of him and it just starts walking in the other direction because she's not getting what she wants.
Mizu pulls up that contract.
She kind of like takes a deep breath and stops walking and just turns around and like a big smile, fake as hell, appears on her face.
Alright, you little guppies. I'm gonna go downstairs and go talk to the steward for a little bit. You can either meet me downstairs and we'll walk together to the temple, or I'll meet you there, okay? Alright.
Sound good.
He's gonna turn around and head towards the elevator to go downstairs.
We're skipping, right?
Or
We're
the
skipping.
elevator so he can go down the stairs.
To taking the elevator so he can go downstairs. Isn't that how you say it?
Well, you said go down the stairs, which implies the
Oh.
physical stairs.
Oh, okay. Well, he's taking
I
the
just thought it was
elevator to
really
go
funny.
downstairs.
You could have also swim out the window. Options.
Yeah.
It could be one of those chairs that just down.
Guys,
the
it's
stairs.
an elevator, okay? It's an
Yes.
elevator. Can we move past the elevator?
Well, Lily, I would love to skip, but it seems like they're really expecting us, and it would just be a lot more work to not go than to just bite the bullet, metaphorically speaking, and go.
Well, not just that. We also haven't been home in several months. Maybe they've made it a bit more interesting of a service.
Yeah, welcoming.
As the only one that's been here, I can guarantee you it's not. It's probably gotten more boring.
Have you
But
been going while we're gone?
I mean, no, but like that's what I've heard, from the people, you know?
Have they added any more rotations to the sitting and standing? That would definitely liven things up.
Well,
You
all
can
I know
always
is that
borrow
when
one
I'm
of my
there,
books.
Mm.
all I know is that when I'm there, they have to stand the whole time. The last time I was there, I didn't let them sit down, so I can't really answer that.
How long were they standing for?
3 hours.
A long service.
On the coral too, yes.
Of course. What else would they stand on?
Have there
We're not
been
gonna have to-
any mutinies? No one's tried to kill you at all since we've left.
Yes, I
No
find that
attempt
very
here.
surprising too.
Why would anybody try to kill me? They love me here.
Oh,
I've
you know,
attempted multiple times.
that makes sense.
Yeah. God.
But I guess we should probably head towards the tip of the waves. We don't have to go up, Daddy. That just seems kind of a lot. We'll see him there.
Yeah, we're grown-ups. We're big girls.
Are you okay over there?
Yeah, I
Okay.
just have a headache. No, I'm good.
Arista pops up with another pearl mixture for Celia.
Do you have 2 of those?
Perfect.
Yep.
Thank you. She grabs them. Just blah.
Mizu is
No.
gonna cast create water and pour this water into a cup, and she's gonna kind of act like she's gonna give it to Celia, but then as soon as it gets close to it, she dumps it on top of her head, and then she goes, "Oops." And
I
then
dry
starts hitting
swallow
them.
pills anyways.
But as
No
you go to
worries.
pour the water on top of her head, you're surrounded by water, so the water just mixes with the water, and it looks like you're just putting an empty cup on her head.
It's about the message.
No, I
Not
understood the
the-
message. Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Alright, after some time, you guys make your way down the stairs elevator and go out the front of the palace. It's very busy. There are going to be guards that walk around you that kind of moves the crowd, and you make your way towards the beautiful Temple of the Waves. When you get to the Temple of the Waves, you're going to see that the guy you've been making fun of for years, the very ugly, his name is, where is he?
The fishy face.
I lost him. Oh, Ukman. He is the
Ukman?
worship leader, Ukman.
Oh, come on.
Yes. There are large tables set up kind of inside the Temple of the Waves. It's not all water. There's kind of like a magical barrier at the beginning, but there is water about 2 or 3 feet at the bottom, so people wade through the water, but there is some air in the room. And that's just because a lot of citizens in Azir have to use magical means sometimes, and travelers have to use magical means to breathe underwater. So the temple is a place where everyone can come together without any need of magic or anything. Because there's not a lot of people who only breathe water.
True. We're bilingual here.
Inside there are, you recognize
Bilingual.
bilingual. There are tons of people that you would recognize, and Ukman is shaking people's hands. You see King Thrine is talking to Steward Jackal. You see the stable master. Just a ton of people, and everyone's kind of mingling before the sermon is about to begin. You have some time if you want to do anything.
Oh, Arissa's already sitting in the royal pew with her nose in a book about shark folk history.
Okay.
Celia's sitting next to Alyssa, and probably dozing off.
Roll a history check, Arista.
Okay.
I'll say too, while she's doing that Mizu's gonna walk in and she's gonna like go up to Ackman and she's gonna go, "Good morning, Ickman," and then like stick her hand out for him to like be able to give her a kiss on the hand.
No, good morning. I'm just gonna lean down and his big fishy lips are just gonna like wrap around your hand. They're just so big it can't help it. And just
the smile isn't gonna leave her face, but she's gonna go.
Brilliant. I hope you're ready for a great sermon.
My history check was a 29.
Jeez! Holy
No
Templar! So
I read a lot of books.
in this book that you have already been reading for a while, Sharkfood Island has 4 tribes. There's 4 tribal leaders. They kind of work together. The shark folk are obsessed with the coral reef that is near the Sharkfoot Island, and these tribal leaders believe that all source of life and power and good things in life come from the coral. So you're reading a chapter right now where they're obsessed with protecting their coral.
Perfect.
Interesting.
All right, about that time, Ackman goes up to the front of a room and welcomes everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters of the deep, today we gather to celebrate the wondrous gift bestowed upon us by the gods, the magnificent power of Shimmer. In the profound darkness of the ocean deep, Shimmer brings forth a radiant illumination that touches every corner of our underwater world. As we marvel at the play of light, we are reminded of the blessings the gods have bestowed upon us. He's going to gesture out, and you're going to see these big statues representing the gods that are widely worshipped in this kingdom. Allowing us to navigate the ocean's vast expanse with grace and harmony. We are guided...
And then a storm appeared.
Ooh, okay. So as he's talking, you can't really hear the storm. But
I was about to say, is it a tsunami?
But the ushers will shut the doors and windows, blocking up the stained glass. And there was a shimmer of light coming through that big stained glass in the back. But as they shut those, because the water is moving rapidly outside and it could potentially break windows and stuff like that, it's a big storm. It becomes a more intimate space, and the shimmer is gone as he continues. But you can hear rattling as the water's...
Oh, you're muted now.
Oh, you can hear the rattling as it's hitting the sides of the temple. We are guided by the ever-changing patterns of Shimmer, a celestial roadmap that leads us to new discoveries and hidden treasures.
And then he burps.
And he lets out a big burp, and the whole crowd kind of laughs a little bit. About that time, you see the steward lean in talking to King Thrine, and King Thrine's going to get up from beside you and go with him to a corner of the room. In the presence of Shimmer, we find unity and purpose. Just as the light intertwines and dances together, so do we come together as a community, supporting one another through life's currents and tides. Our shared faith in the gods' benevolence and Shimmer's guiding hand unites us, creating a bond that is unbreakable and everlasting. I want you to turn towards your family or loved one right now and appreciate them in this moment. Let them know you appreciate them. Everyone is going to turn and say hello to everyone and appreciate them. What are you guys doing?
I'm reading.
I'm asleep.
I'm talking to Vinfira, or at least I'm trying to.
Vinfira's asking for advice on how to word a legal document, which Seer would have no idea how to word. And she knows that, but she's asking anyway.
Seer's asking her about powerful healing magic, and I think they're just like having this conversation. There's individual conversations at each other, and she's being like, So it's not really getting anywhere. But
Mizu is completely concentrated on her father leaving and who she's talking to, and she's concentrating really, really hard to see maybe if she can read their lips, even though that she's far away.
Roll a
and
perception.
as you say that,
And
Mizu
Mizu
attracts
attracts
the
the scene.
Okay,
I hope
so
it goes bad.
all right, go ahead and roll a perception check.
13.
They're hitting today.
Okay, so you can see the lips moving. You can't necessarily read the lips, but you see the Jackal Grim hold up a picture that are caricatures of Vinfira and Seer Goth in their disguises that you recognize from the dinner. This is a caricature drawing. And the king is looking, and as he's turning, the whole crowd is kind of breaking away from the sermon and looking at this as the king is like, Mizu! Mizu! The worship leader stops, and the whole crowd is looking at you, Mizu.
Mizu is going to get up and turn to Ukman, and she's gonna say, "Thank you, Ikman. I can take it from here." As she starts walking up to like the pulpit, and she stretches her arms out and she goes, "My people, the people of Azir Kingdom, your princess Mizu Minu has some unfortunate news that she must share with you all. I will be leaving the kingdom. Sadly, against my wishes, against my father's wishes and my sister's wishes, and I know against the wishes of the people of this kingdom. If you can do anything to sway my family to keep me here, I would appreciate it. Back to you, Ikman."
As you look over, you see your father's face has turned white. The whole crowd begins talking. Ukman cannot get a word in without the crowd kind of just talking stuff. People are immediately going towards King Thrine and Steward Jackal, just demanding that you do not leave. This is Ukman's trying to calm everyone. Thrine is like through the crowd, like trying, Mizu! Mizu! And a whole crowd is like surrounding them. You can't even see your father and stuff at this point. The worship chamber is kind of in chaos right now. It is not organized.
She's gonna stand up again and go, "Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. After the sermon, I will be signing autographs outside."
The crowd goes wild thinking about these autographs. Someone raises their hand. Excuse me, are they going to cost 50 shells this time?
"For you, my love, they'll be free." As she goes and pats that person's head and goes, "But only for them, only for them. It will be 45 shells for everybody else."
You see a mixed reaction in the crowd because that's a crazy amount of money. It's like a year's mortgage in this place. But some people are into it. Some of the rich business owners are really into it. But because so many people are around Thrine and Jackal, they have to completely escape the worship hall, basically pushing Thrine and Jackal out.
Mizu will turn to the rest of her sisters that are sitting there at the pew and she goes, "Well, y'all have fun on your trip," and walks out.
Well, I guess we know who.
Getting away with that, does she?
Oh, absolutely not. And I think it's gonna be so good when this get like fist balls back on her. But
What happened?
she kind of let the beans out about her leaving and the big secret.
Oh.
Probably the same person to let everyone know that Olivine was dead before we got back. Mizu can't keep secrets. It's just
You know,
How
not.
did she know?
That make a lot of sense, actually.
Ukman is yelling over the crowd, trying to get everyone settled. As we gather here today, let us embrace the magic within ourselves, using it not just for our own benefit, but to uplift and inspire all those we encounter. May Shimmer always guide our way. May it remind us of the infinite grace of the gods and the unending wonders of our underwater world. And may we carry the magic of Shimmer within our hearts forever, united as, and the crowd is like already moving outside to get these autographs.
Another burp as well was redeemed from him.
He lets out a huge burp and just turns to the pulpit and throws up all over the pulpit. The crowd is quickly exiting because this has become chaos. As the doors open, as Mizu busts open the door, there's a heavy storm. The water is rushing Mizu. I need a dexterity saving throw.
Girl gonna get swept away.
These sermons have
was
gotten
an
a lot more
11.
exciting.
Okay, so as you
Low
say
expectations.
goodbye and bust open the doors past the ushers, kicking them out of the way, the water
One of the
rushes.
ushers burps in your face as you pass. Also,
The water pushes you. So from everyone's perspective, it's you're back. You go to the doors, bust them open. Water shoves you to the side of the temple, and you're going to take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as it pummels you against the side of the Temple of Waves. And the more you step out into the Azir Kingdom, the more this storm is going to shove you around. So your options are stay in the temple until the storm passes, or roll some rolls as you guys exit. Because one of our chat members decided you guys need to be in this worship hall for now.
As she gets slammed, into the side of the building, she's gonna go, "Ow! My nail!" I guess I'll be signing autographs in here then. As she pulls out a bunch of pictures of her face out from her clothes and kind of walks up to the pulpit and sits down with a pen ready to go for waiting for the line to form.
Arista scampers up next to her and just sits again, still with her book, but she hands her a new quill whenever she needs one.
Well,
Or pen or whatever.
As people come, because Mizu doesn't care about money, as people come and give the shells, she's just dropping them into Arista's lap as she talks to whoever approaches.
All right, as you're signing these things, you're not even looking at the people. You're just signing, watching the gold at the table. I imagine Arista's helping you shove these golden shells into maybe her bag or
My
something
bag
like
of
that.
holding, probably.
So go
The rest of my
add,
books are.
after there's been a few people, and add about 230 gold shells into your stock. And then you hear a big thump at the table, and as you both look up, you immediately recognize, standing in line, the servant you had fired, Enna, who was fired in the moment. And she goes, "I'll take a signature, Mizu."
Would you like me to make it out to Enna or just my name?
That's a good question. Jasmine, what do you think? And Jasmine comes around the corner. You immediately recognize Jasmine as the servant that overheard Venfira's secret in the bathroom and broke your makeup case. And Jasmine says, "Well, I don't know, Enna. I'm definitely here to help you. What would you like?" And Enna goes, "I don't know. I guess I would like something that doesn't leak valuable information to people in the city, including, I don't know, plans about overtaking jewelry stores."
Alright, to Edna. Thank you for your service. I anticipate the day I see both you and Jasmine's head on a pike. Love, Mizuminu. And she sticks it out, but then kind of retracts it a little bit and goes, "That'll be 300 shells."
What do you know? I'm out of money.
Ain't gonna charge him.
Speaking of money, and she leans in really close as Jasmine's trying to get everyone's attention to the side. If I don't get a fuck ton of money by tomorrow, everyone's gonna know the truth about you and your sister Venfira. Have a good day, Mizu, bitch. And walks away.
Ooh, Venfira's gonna stand up when she sees Jasmine, and she's gonna just put a hand on her shoulder, just grip it hard. Jasmine, a pleasure to see you again.
Princess Venfira, it's good to see you again too.
Curious how quickly your demeanor changed when speaking to Mizu versus myself. Did you have any special words for her while you were speaking with her?
Not really. Anna and I unfortunately ended our tenure at the palace, and we just wanted to say a proper goodbye. We don't want to get entangled in anything messy.
Entangled, is it? How curious. Mizu, quick question.
What's up, Vinny?
did she have any sort of choice words for you that perhaps, I don't know, something unsavory? Because it sort of seemed that way from what I was watching.
Well, the thing about the help is they're not very educated, so what choice words she could come up with didn't really bother me that much.
At that, Anna is going to turn around and go straight for you, and Jasmine's going to hold her back. Anna, no, Anna, not here. I'll fucking rip her throat off. I swear, I will murder. I'm so sorry, Your Majesties. I will take her out immediately. Just the weather. It's the weather.
No, we've all been there.
Vinfier's gonna guards. She's just communicated a threat against the crown. Please take her away.
Jasmine's gonna look at you. Please, Princess Vinfiera, this won't happen again. She's just desperate right now, and please don't do this. I'm afraid she might pop off.
Pop off? How?
Ooh, please pop off. I want to see you pop off.
Anna jumps on the pulpit and stands on almost. Great. She goes to step onto the pulpit, but slips in the throw up, and just knocks her head into it and knocks straight out and falls on the ground. And Jasmine's like,
We almost had a combat that we didn't have a combat.
Mizu was dying laughing. She's dying that's the funniest thing she's ever seen in her life.
Jasmine's going to grab her by the feet and just pull her off the stage. I'm so sorry. We will get out of here pronto. And just kind of she's very weak and she can't even get her whole body up onto her back. She's just going to drag her by her feet as her head's sliding against the ground.
And Mizu's going to go, oh, and one last thing, Jasmine.
Yes.
If I ever see either of your faces again, it'll be the last time anybody sees your face. Bye.
Pardon you both this time.
She's going to rush out with the body sliding it. The crowd's kind of looking around. Yeah.
Vinfier's gonna look at Mizu and just kind of give her a knowing nod. Just.
And Mizu's gonna give a nod back that kind of says, "Don't worry, your secret's safe."
She's gonna kind of sit back down and go back to doing her legal paperwork.
About that time, you hear at the front of the temple, ushers are getting everyone out, saying the storm is kind of lessening enough where people can go home. And as the ushers are moving everyone out, King Thrine is just standing at the doorway as people are leaving behind him out the door, and he's standing with Stuart Jackal, and Stuart Jackal is just grinning, and King Thrine is just shaking his head.
Mizu kind of bounces over to King Thrine and goes, "Hi, Daddy. Do you think that storm fixed that jellyfish problem?"
Potentially. I need you to sit down, you and your sisters. We have something to talk about.
The ear is almost right behind her.
He stands looking very concerned. He looks worried. Everyone kind of clears out. The last one is Uckman, who's apologizing, and King Thoraine's like, "Oh, it was a beautiful sermon. The upchuck just added to Shimmer. Go home." Uckman's starting to leave.
Go home.
All right, listen, I need to talk to all of you. I need you to listen to the steward, and this is very serious. All right? Celia, are you awake?
Yeah, for 10 minutes now.
Great. He kind of gestures towards Jackal. Yes, good morning. I'm sorry, princesses, but I'm afraid we have had an intrusion in the palace. We have had 2 individuals spotted last night, sneaking out with the guards. Unfortunately, the wool was pulled over our eyes, so to speak, and they were able to get away. But this is a huge breach of security. I want you to know we are taking every measure to secure every room in the palace and make sure you are safe. But as you are here for the day, before you leave, we are going to have to supervise you to make sure that no one attacks you.
Do we have any names? Because I can do a hit.
We do not necessarily have any names, but we were very fortunate that these 2 intruders, trespassers, were very unwise and spent time in the Moonlight Plaza last night, and we have this detailed drawing. And he's going to show the caricature drawing of Seer, Goth, and Vinfira and their disguises. So just be on the
terrible.
He looked at She looks at Vinfira, but very stoic. She just cuts her eyes over to Vinfira.
And Arissa's gonna think, I'm in that picture!
Invisible.
Does anyone know? I got a high passive perception. Does anyone notice that these pictures look like me and Vinfira?
Oh, hold on. Pause just a
Oh,
second.
okay.
This,
What was that?
this happens on Meg's computer sometimes, or Discord, or pop out. So
Hi, Meg.
there she is.
Meg.
Hi. Okay,
Invisible.
so what's your passive perception, by the way?
My.
Sorry.
Hold on, let me pull up this character sheet. I got it in 6 places. It is a 17.
Okay. Everyone's left but the sisters and a couple ushers and Jackal and Thrine. So there's really no one to really notice. But with that perception, you do realize Celia has no idea who these people are.
Can I keep this? Can I keep this? Because if I find these people, they're dead.
We're going to keep this evidence, but we can make you a copy, Princess Celia, if it makes you feel comfortable.
No, I'd like that. People like I can like make our family uncomfortable, but other people, no. That's crossing a line. That's crossing a line.
We do
So
ask if you find these individuals, Princess Celia, not to
Yeah.
engage in any sort of altercation. Just bring them to the palace, and we will deal with them.
There will be
would
no,
remind
there will be no
everyone.
altercation.
I would remind everyone that vigilante justice is prohibited under General Statute 127B.
But what if it's just like if I, as a princess who am endangered, stand outside as a damsel in distress and I get attacked, but then I kill him? Am I good?
All I have to say is it a fight if they don't even get the fight back? All right.
These are the questions.
That is not self-defense.
Jackal is going to tell everyone it's very important you do not engage. We do not know what these people are capable of. We have had... Is it okay if I tell them? Well, they can handle it. They won't be here long. We have had some instances, some crimes committed. We have found some unfortunate scenes. We can't go into too many details, but some distortions on the bodies that were found and some leakage of some non-bodily fluids that we are investigating. So it is very important you actually not even get close. Just report them and we will take care of them.
You said there were bodies found?
We have had a little bit of a crime spree in Azir as of late. Yes.
May I please get a copy of the reports on all of these cases?
A murder.
That would be up to your father. Well, Vinfira, you girls aren't going to be here very long. I think it's best if you let us handle it.
Princess
Father.
Vinfira finds a clue.
Who finds
Nancy Wolf.
Vinfira finds a clue? Wow, these
Yes.
riddle points are perfect tonight.
We have Vinfira finds a clue, and we also have a random problem both at the same time.
Okay, so Vinfira, as he's talking to you, you see a paper dangling out of his pocket that is a notebook of reports. And the random problem is that as he's talking to you, he reaches his hand in his pocket and stuffs it deep into his pocket and leaves his hand in his pocket.
I'm gonna make a note of that. I'm gonna glance at Arista.
Feel it.
And then Vinfira's gonna not obviously, just kinda tap the pocket that the notebook is in and kinda
As they're doing this, Mizu can kind of see, and she's gonna pick up on what's going down, and she's gonna raise her hand and go, "Well, Daddy, you know I know everybody in the kingdom. I've actually seen the people in those pictures. I can probably bring them to you by the end of the day."
Or you know of them?
Yeah.
So
While he's distracted, can I try to
Yep.
pick his pocket?
Go do that.
You know it's my job to know everybody that steps foot in or out of this kingdom, Daddy. I know exactly where they are. I can bring them to you by nightfall.
All right. Well, thank you, Miso. I didn't know if they were residents of the kingdom. That is some good information. About that time, Arista, rolling an 18 on sleight of hand, slinks around behind Jackal Grim and his hand is still in the pocket, but you're able to get, just because your hand's so much smaller, right around his hand and grab onto that paper and gently take it out as his hand is still in his pocket, and you grab it out slowly.
Yeah, that's what I do.
I think that would be fantastic, Mizu. Quickly point them out. Again, I wouldn't get close. These are very vile crimes that are being committed. I just want my daughter safe. But I want to let you all know that I'm very proud of you. Celia, Mizu, Seer, Venfira, where Arista go?
Seer steps up as he's like having questions, and she's like, I would be really interested in seeing those bodies if it's possible. You know, me and Decay go way back.
I don't believe that's possible, sweetheart. We've put them in a contained environment, off to the side of the palace, where they were being examined. Girls, you really don't have to worry yourself with these petty crimes. I want you absolutely safe.
But you're worried about these petty crimes, so it's kind of stressed me out.
Father, it's my job to worry about petty crime. That's half of what I do.
Well,
I love dead things.
I mean, you do have a day before you
making
need to
things
leave.
dead.
Okay. Sure, but you're not going to see the reports. We'll just let you see the bodies, okay? Now, I'm warning you. They're gruesome.
Just to be clear, is it extra points when Vinny and the rest of us solve this without seeing the reports faster than Mr. Jackal over here does with what he knows? Or is it going to be fair game across the board? Just so I know.
Nice.
Your father's going to laugh a bit. Jackal does not look impressed. It is whatever your liege wishes.
Oh, man,
Jackal does fine work when he has adequate time and space to do so. Isn't that right?
Jackal, I do believe they are talking shit about you, my man.
Your Honor, it is my great honor and pleasure to fulfill whatever duty is necessary, and if your daughters believe they can perform my task easier than I, then I would enjoy a free paycheck, so to speak.
Well, I think we should spice this up a little bit. They think they can solve these murders. You think they can solve these murders. How about if they solve it faster than you, you're fired?
Excuse me?
I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding.
I love that idea, Daddy. I love that.
I knew you would, my little crustacean.
I like those terms.
No. Go ahead, Venfira.
I must admit that while the crime rates have been generally on the rise, they have lowered since Grimm's taken post. And I would prefer, unless we can find a more suitable candidate, prefer that he did not be replaced.
How about this? Because I'm in a good mood. You have a day. If you can solve these murders faster than my good buddy Jackal here, we'll make him stroll through the streets wearing one of Mizu's famous nightgowns. How about that?
Okay.
Your liege, I do believe that is a little inappropriate, don't you think?
Well,
About the same size, Jackal. It's fine.
Okay, your liege, and what such reward would I receive if I were to solve these murders quicker than your investigatory daughters?
Well, let's see. I guess that would just mean you're good at your job.
Yes, I believe that is fair. Thank you, Your Honor.
Alright, I've got to go deal with some unfinished business, like trying to find a megaphone big enough to talk to a kingdom of jellyfish. But, I think the storm's pretty good outside right now, so, look, in the evening, if you've solved this or not, just come back, because there's 5 ladies I'd like to introduce you to. Wink, wink.
Of course, Father.
I get it. I was like, who?
He is going to take his leave out of the Temple of Waves. You are all alone. The 2 ushers shut the door behind them. You are in this empty chamber by yourself.
I don't understand why he's gonna introduce us to new people when we're about to leave.
He's talking about
But
our
Father
replacements.
intends to introduce us to our stand-ins. You know, the secret ones.
Celia remembers a drunk talk.
Celia,
That's very convenient.
you remember that one night you were getting drunk with your father at the at the complete dismay of your mother, who does not like it that you drink. And he was telling you about a time that he ventured off into the ocean, and on Liberation Island, he met these girls that striking resemblance to a couple of you, and just kind of stumbled and found these girls, and he was like, a little bit of magic, and we could make them look just like you guys in this drunken conversation you had.
Whoa.
So you already know that these are probably 5 girls that lived on Liberation Island.
Cool. That's so Raven, like, back to normal.
Mizu is gonna turn to Sissy and Vinny, and she's gonna say, I have a plan to, prevent Daddy from knowing what you guys have been up to at night, but I'm gonna need you guys' help and support.
Well, Vinfira's gonna turn to Arista. First step, what did you find?
Arista's gonna take out the paper
And
hand it
she's
over.
gonna boop.
In the report, you learn that it's only been about 4 bodies over a span of 5 or 6 months. They have been found in various places. 3 of them were found in their homes. 1 of them was actually found in the Temple of Waves. Their bodies become extremely bloated, twice their size, and then their bodies start to crack and emit vinegar and sugar. Like it just starts, like their blood has been turned, so the report believes their blood has been turned into vinegar and sugar. And with that information, I'll let you mull that over. We're going to go to our first 10-minute bathroom break. And I think that's a good spot, so you can mull that over. We'll see everybody.
It's SVU Azir. I didn't know that.
Just a second. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you had a pleasant bathroom break, as per the tradition, Silvernell. I hope you're feeling good. Because we are entering a crime scene investigation. So I'll give it back to you, ladies, now that you're in the Temple of Waves, you are by yourself, you have just made a wager that you can solve this murder by the end of the night faster than Stuart Jackal Grimm. Scene is yours.
I guess I want to go see the body, or if we know anything about, because we don't know where the crime scene is. So I guess I want to go see the body.
Did it
Okay.
not list? It listed the crime scenes.
That's what the reports are for.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It
Yeah.
will tell you the places. You do know one of the 4 was here in the temple, and then there were 3 in their homes, and they're
Homes.
keeping their bodies in a place beside the palace.
Okay.
Which one was the most recent one?
The most recent one, if you look on your map here, and I'll show everyone at home, this is the map of the kingdom. So currently, I will ping where you are at. You're right here in the temple, right on the outskirts of the Moonlight Plaza. The most recent one was in this home right there, with that red circle.
Ah.
Since Mizu is very familiar with the kingdom, would she be able to shed any light on the people that might live in the buildings that it occurred?
You would know that that home specifically is for a man who lived alone with his daughter. His name is Madrid, and his daughter passed away a few years ago, and he's kind of a homebody, and he's very religious.
Well, she'll relay all of the information that she knows, being the diplomat of this kingdom, about the places where the murders took place, who lived where, and any interactions that she might have had with them that would be noteworthy.
Roll a history check, Mizu, for Madrid.
Not great, it was a 10.
All you really remember is you saw him one time in the Temple of Waves when you were giving a speech about how your clothing is probably more important than God's, and so if you wear your clothes, you're closer to the gods, but that's besides the point. You remember someone who was very interested was a man named Madrid, who is a Earth Ganassi, and he worships Helm, the god of protection.
Obviously, Helm wasn't doing a great job at protecting him, but I digress.
Boo!
Can you tell us anything else you recall about the other victims of a serial killer that we're investigating?
Yeah, where are those other locations? Handy dandy map.
Well, I'll show you the locations, but with a 10, you don't really remember anything about them. All you have is their names and their locations. So I will show you on the map right now. So that red circle is for Madrid. This yellow circle is for a woman named Rachel. Way over here, this green circle at the very top of the map, that's Paulin. And then one of the last one that was at the temple was an usher named Greach. So that's all you really know.
Okay. So in the temple, is there still like anything from the crime scene? It's been a little bit, hasn't it?
The one in the report, it says the one that happened in the temple was the first one, and it happened like 6 months ago. So the crime scene has already been examined, everything's been taken, and it's pretty much clear.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna suggest to everyone that we start at Madrid's house, just because that was the most recent one.
This makes sense.
Sounds like a good place. I'm in.
Mizu will kind of like, I guess, since she knows the streets well, take the leading point of directing them there, but not really making the first move, just guiding them there.
Okay, so if everyone's gung-ho, we'll say you've left the Temple of Waves, you're making your way towards Madrid. As you get to a place, in the report it says, Madrid lives alone. His body was found next to his back window, where it was been reported that he would normally pray to Helm. And it was found, his body was found there right after a sermon one day, early in the morning. And as you go to the house, it is boarded up, board completely. So it's not like crime scene tape; it's boarded up.
Benfira's gonna look to Arista again, our good little rogue.
Okay. Shall I see if we can let us in?
That'd be lovely.
How would
Would
you
you
like to
like
do
me to
this?
roll?
Because the thieves' tools will not work on nailed wood.
I can kick it down.
Oh yeah,
kick
that's
it down.
probably a good idea.
Yeah,
All
totally.
right,
Yeah,
athletics check.
cool.
Gotta pick the right sister.
13.
Yeah, as you kick the door, it doesn't bust open, but you break enough wood that the doorknob you can see, and it is unlocked. So you are able to open the doorknob, push the door open, but the wood's not completely broke. You can see into the place, but you can't necessarily go in yet. You see, it looks like there are lots of little tinted papers, A, B, C, D, different points of where evidence was that they collected. So it looks like they've just left this crime scene.
I'll cast Eldritch Blast to get the rest of the wood out of the way.
As you cast Eldritch Blast, you hold your hands together. This big beam of light comes in and blast through the wood on the door. The wood will fly into the room and knock a bunch of those evidence TPs out of the way. So a good half of those evidence markers are away from where the evidence was.
Everything's too organized anyways.
Well, that's new.
You can thank Ganon for that.
Shall we
Of
investigate?
course. Benfira's
of
gonna
those things?
step in first.
Or Arissa's already
And-
inside?
First, after Arista. And then she's going to... I'm going to roll investigation. That seems appropriate.
Sounds good to me. Go ahead and roll with
That's what I
advantage,
was
because
about to do.
I imagine
Yeah.
they're helping you.
I got the guidance as well.
I'm gonna be outside. Mizu doesn't go in. She kind of stands by the door in case anybody comes.
Cool, and add a D4 for guidance that Seer has given you.
Okay, plus... 14.
14. Okay, as you guys are moving around the room, everyone's kind of looking to see what's happening. You recognize this bowl of pearls which are kind of unrefined, which is very rare to find in Azir because all the pearls are bought through the jewelry stores, or stuff are bought through mashed ointments and powdered forms of pearls through Papa Sea Salt's apothecary. So it's very unusual. These pearls seem like they've come directly from the Pearl Caves, not bought in the Azirian Kingdom, and that is very, very odd. Not illegal, just odd.
Mm.
Do you know what they would be used for? I mean, is it still just selling, or is there some different purpose to having them in?
The pearls in the
raw?
kingdom are usually just used for decoration, whether jewelry on your body, on your homes, used some way as decoration, or they're mashed and made into things that can help your immune system, stuff like that. So there's really, there would be no use for these unless it was just like a collector, so to speak. But also, the kingdom, when they go and fetch these pearls and bring them back, they don't sell them directly to the customers. So this person must have either went directly to the Pearl Caves to get them, which is very dangerous, or somehow got them outside of the scope of the kingdom's, retrievers.
Are there any other signs of him, like, being a collector, or is there just, like, a random bowl of pearls, or...
There are no other signs of him collecting things, so to speak. It's a modest home.
And we heard he was old, right?
Yes, he is an older gentleman, and from the report, you know that he works in the plaza as a kind of a stall runner for different snacks and stuff that they sell at a stall.
So it's probably unlikely that the old man swam to the caves himself and got these. Okay.
Interesting. Okay. Are there any other, points of interest that I can investigate or otherwise look at?
You do notice where the body in the report says it was, the wooden floor is kind of stained.
Also, you said 2 people lived here, and I'm assuming the older man is the one who died. Where is the young girl?
He had a daughter, but she passed away years
She
ago.
passed away.
Oh, she passed away. Okay. She's
She
living
was
alone.
lonely.
Dang. Killing people who live alone. That's sad.
Not everyone is quite as lucky as we are.
I could only wish. Sorry,
What's the
that was
word
rude.
for
That was rude.
Benfir gonna kind of glance around the home. It would appear that there's a religious motif going on between both of these cases. A very religious man murdered and someone murdered inside of the Temple of Waves itself. That leaves one to wonder if that is just something circumstantial or perhaps something more.
Perhaps it's a hunting ground. Finds with the Temple of Waves. Or because they're because they're religious at all. I see what you're saying. Maybe these other 2 houses will have also some religious motifs, and that will confirm that. Should
I like the way
check 'em
you
out.
think.
The investigation continues.
So where are we going now?
I guess the next stop would be Rachel's home, because it's kind of nearby. So
Yeah.
Mizu will lead them to that home.
Okay, you go to Rachel's place. It's a little bit older, but again, this door is also boarded up.
You want to try that measly attempt again, Celia, or do you want me to go ahead and take care of it?
No, I'll do it for real this time. I was holding back.
All right, athletics check.
Mm-hmm.
With guidance, sound like Missy picking on you.
I think I rolled one more. How much is guidance?
A D4, so a 14 plus a D4.
Gotcha. 18 in total.
Okay, yeah, this time you break it perfectly. It doesn't disrupt any evidence in the room, and the door is open.
Sisters.
Mizu will turn to Celia and go, guess that hangover did wear off.
I didn't fuck anything up inside. That's all I have. That's the only comeback. Oh.
Okay, it was a pretty good one. I'll give you that much.
Where does the report say that the body was found in this house?
It says her body was found in her bed.
Ooh, it's a bad day to wake up like that. Bad way to wake up. Vinfira's gonna kind of go over.
Dang.
Bad way to fall asleep. Vinfira's gonna go kind of try to investigate like the bed and see what's going on here.
Okay, with advantage as Arista is helping you probably.
I was gonna say, could maybe let me do this one?
Yeah,
'Cause
go
I'm
for it.
really good at
Okay, you roll with advantage.
Okay, let me turn that on. 29.
Good God, man. Okay,
Told you.
so this room really stinks. It smells like vinegar. The bed is stained just like the floor. There are pearl ointments. There's a ton of different medicinal uses of the pearls all over her vanity. A lot of them look like have been used. Maybe she was trying to get better, so to speak. But there's also a journal that's open, and the page it's on has been ripped out, and there's a little tent beside it that says Evidence D. In the journal, on the pages around that, she talks about how grateful she is for Tempa, the goddess of balance, and about how her life is a balance, and she's sad that she's sick, but she knows through the shimmering light she will find peace, and she's not worried. And then there's nothing written on the page after the page that's ripped out. Like it just stops, and then the rest of the book, the rest of the journal is empty.
Ooh, people getting ascended, y'all.
They going somewhere. I don't sound like it's up. Is that journal dated? Can we assume that?
Yes, it is an old journal from last year. No. Because the other one was 6 months ago. This one is 3 months ago. I'll take it back.
Well, she was sick, and then they said those pearls can also be used for medicinal purposes. So maybe, Madrid, is that his name? Bad with names.
Yep.
Maybe Madrid was also sick, so that could be a different connection. Perhaps these people were being targeted because they are already weak.
Perhaps. But Vera's going to kind of look to Mizu. Is there any way that you could possibly identify the kinds of pearls, perhaps where they were sold, or?
I can give it a shot, she says.
Seer Goth gets messed up. I guess it's my turn to get a rooter point.
Okay, so as you're going around the edge of the bed, Seer, kind of walking in through the light that's kind of coming through the cracks of wood at the window, as you look at this bed, it just looks like a nasty brown and bubbly stain all over this bed. The bed's kind of sunken a little bit because you do know that the bodies get bloated, so it was heavier, pushed it down. You are going to get almost like unusually, like you've never been before, kind of sick, where it's going to leave you kind of weak, where you need to sit down and roll a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw.
All of us?
Just Seer.
A 10 on the dice plus con saving throw. 12.
12. As you sit down, it just bubbles out of you, and you just dribble throw up. Like it's almost like you go to throw up and you catch it in your mouth. It just kind of dribbles out, and as you do, you kind of catch yourself on the windowsill. And as you do on the windowsill, you put your hand on it. There is like a little card. And on that card seems to be a drawing of kind of like a little map that leads away from the kingdom somewhere down below the kingdom deep. And written on it, it says, remember to think Thadrin.
Kind of like wipes her mouth and she pops up. Does the name Thadrin mean anything to anybody?
Can Alyssa roll some kind of check, I guess a history check, to
Also
see if she
Mizu.
remembers anything from the mini books in the library.
Yeah, go ahead. History check.
Can Mizu roll a history check just because of her knowledge of the kingdom?
Yes, you can.
24.
I got a nat 20, so 23.
Nice.
Okay, so you know, Arista, that Thadrin the Seafarer is a wizard that lives in the Pearl Caves. That, from the history books, you've learned that the kingdom has made a deal with him, and something in that deal allows them to go into the Pearl Caves, which he is at, and he is very powerful. Mizu, you remember you've heard from your father that a lot of people don't see Thadrin because Thadrin has a connection to a jellyfish kraken that is gargantuan, and he uses his magic to control that jellyfish kraken outside of the cave to protect it, which is probably why the kingdom needed to talk to him, because that they would have lost a lot of soldiers fighting that kraken.
Do you think that he has something to do with those jellyfish that are outside right now? Is that a reasonable leap to make, or is that just me grouping species together?
Possibly, I'm not sure.
I think that's
Control the
crazy.
Kraken.
I know Vinfir wanted
Gotta have
me to examine the pearls, like the pearls from Madrid's and the pearls from Rachel's, to see if they were a similar type of pearl.
Okay, nature check.
14.
So the pearls you found in Madrid's place.
So wait, she has actual raw, like, unrefined pearl as well, not just medicines and stuff?
No, she doesn't. She only has the refined stuff that's made into medicines. So, Mizu, you will definitely know this was bought in the kingdom, but the ones in Madrid's are the pearls that are directly near the living area of Thadrin. You know from a specific point in the cave that you've heard talked about that, that's a direct connection.
I hold up my little map and note, and I give it to Arista and Vinfir so they can both look at it. It looks like they're maybe meeting him or getting it from Thadrin. Maybe Thadrin is like poisoning them, or maybe he has some less than. I don't know. Maybe he's the bad guy here.
Constitution saving throws here.
No, stop.
Hmm.
19.
Okay, as you try to get up, you feel that throw up coming once again, but you're able to hold it this time, and you're fighting back this weird-ass nausea that you got from being in that spot.
Feel my stomach.
Are you feeling alright, Seer?
No, I looked at that bed and it just made my guts feel all wonky, and I just needed a moment. But I think I feel
see.
a little better now.
Well, I think we should get Sissy out of here because it's not a good look for her. And plus, I have an idea that I think we can kill two birds with one stone with.
I do like killing, so I guess sure.
Can't say
What
I'm
about the
taking
rest
care
of
the
you?
problem.
Arista, Celia?
Yeah, I also like killing, so 2 birds. I haven't
One
seen
more.
those
I
in
don't think
forever.
we could actually kill anyone, but we should figure this out.
We can maim them. We can maim them.
I promise that I won't do any killing, but, you know, I can't promise what Daddy might do. But I have an idea, you guys. Follow me.
Okay.
And Mizu is gonna lead the sisters out of that home and start walking towards another home.
The home of Paulin?
No, she's going to be headed towards the home of Edna and Jasmine.
Enna, the one that just almost attacked you?
Absolutely.
Okay, I will mark on the map where that is. They live really close by, actually. I will mark this with a, let's see, I'll do a dark blue. It's going to be towards the bottom here. So I'll ping it on your map.
She's gonna lead them that way. But she's gonna say, as they approach the door, I don't have the best relationship with these two, so somebody else might want to do the knocking or the breaking down of a door. Celia?
Well, I can break. Yeah, I'll break the door down.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Why
whoa,
are we breaking their door down?
Whoa, whoa. Knock on the door.
Why are we here?
The door opens like a couple inches, and then the chain kind of stops. Princess Arista, this is quite unusual. May I help you, Your Majesty?
May I come in?
Sure, I don't see why not. The door shuts, chain gets taken off, the door opens, and then she sees the rest of you.
Arista's already darted inside.
So you're like, hands on the door, walks in.
I understand we had some issues at the temple, but I'm feeling better now.
I think issues would be a small word, right? I know you're not very educated, but I don't think that's the word that describes what you did.
Okay.
Murder.
Look, I understand you're upset, but you had me fired, Princess Mizu, and I didn't want to have to do this, but Jasmine overheard what's happened to Vinfira, and I know about that note in your room, and look, I'm not good at this, but please, I don't want there to be trouble, but if you plan to take me in, I've told someone about the news, and if something happens to me, they're going to tell everyone.
Who did you speak to?
I believe for the strength of my negotiation, it's best I don't tell you that.
Okay, well,
Not gonna go
lying and hiding the truth isn't the only crime committed. You've actually already committed two. The first one was breaking my makeup. And the second crime was trying to embarrass me.
Wait, are we not here for murder?
Oh, we are.
Murder? I didn't murder anyone.
As the conversation kind of starts to go the other way, Mizu is gonna reach out and try to punch her in an attempt to knock her out.
Okay, roll just an unarmed attack.
That was a dirty 20.
Okay, you hit her. Roll damage. She is a commoner.
7 damage. And I'm not trying to hurt her, I just wanted to knock her out.
I'm glad you said that because you would have killed her. She's a commoner. Okay, yeah, you knock her out, like, just turn around, and Mizu clocks her right in the fucking nose, and she falls back, knocked out on the ground.
Misu, what was your plan?
I think the other one should be here. You guys, just trust me, guys. You don't trust me?
You're punching out your own people.
Well, I'm doing it to save you and Sissy. You'll understand soon. And as she turns her attention away and goes, Jasmine, to call out for her.
Ooh.
You hear upstairs, water stops flowing. As in, maybe a bathtub has been turned off or something.
In the ocean?
Yeah, in the ocean.
Well, in some of these homes,
kidding.
there's not water. Some homes are provided where the water stops at the door, kind of like at the temple. So this is one of those homes where there's no water inside.
I like that.
Well, she's gonna head towards I guess the stopping of water that she heard.
Okay, as you go upstairs, you hear some rustling behind a door, which presumably might be a bathroom door.
I'll try to open it.
It's unlocked. As you open it, it's Jasmine, who quickly throws the rest of her towel on her. Princess Mizumina, what are you doing in here?
Hi. And that's all she's gonna say, and she's gonna go and attempt to punch her and knock her out as well.
Okay, roll your unarmed attack.
Do you think we should be doing something? Like, should we go stop Misty, or like, are we just letting this happen?
I could have sworn we were supposed to get a confession first.
Okay, an 11 hits their armor class of 9, so roll damage, and are you designating to knock them out?
Same thing again, designating to knock them out and not kill them.
Okay, roll the damage.
Ooh.
That was only 1 damage.
Okay, you don't knock her out, but you definitely punch her square in the face, and she falls back into the bathtub. Her nose starts to bleed, and she's like, please, 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 what are you doing? Please stop, Princess Mizu, please. We have gold. We can give you whatever you want. Guards! And just gonna start yelling out for the guards.
You think they're gonna come and help you? And I don't care about money. As she's gonna go again, and she's gonna try to punch her again.
Okay, she's going to try to block this time. Roll your attack.
Getting kind of wild up there.
Yeah, I don't know if we should do
22.
anything about this.
Okay,
Play out,
that
I guess.
definitely, as she puts her arms up, you punch right into her arm, and it punches herself in the face. Go ahead and roll damage.
Same thing again. I don't want her dead. I'm just trying to knock her out.
Heard.
That's another 1 damage.
Okay, yeah, you punch her square in the face. Ugh, she's not knocked out. Please, Princess, don't
God
do
damn
this.
it! Why won't you just go down?
Don't, wait,
She
please.
punches her again.
Okay, roll your
Bailey,
attack.
please go help her. I feel like it
Roll
just
your
sounds
attack.
so aggressive up there. just the
Yeah, I feel
screaming.
we should do. I feel really bad about this whole situation.
That's a 1 again.
Okay, yeah, you punch her, and she's screaming. You guys hear her downstairs just screaming, and she's jumping out of the bathtub, and she's going to charge at you, Mizu. So this is a athletics check versus your athletics check, essentially.
Ooh, that's not gonna be good.
And opposed
Celia,
athletics
it may
check.
be wise if you go investigate. You have the most experience getting into random scuffles.
Okay, totally.
That was a 14.
I'll just break it up.
Okay, she bum rushes you, but you stand your fucking ground, and as she runs to hit you, you just grab her as she's going into your stomach. So you are both like in a tussle right now. You kind of like are moving around, kind of rip the shower curtain down, kind of bang against the sink. What do you want to do? Because now she is trying to just throw you towards the bathtub so she can get out.
Mizu has attracted a scene through all this.
Obviously.
Oh my God.
Unfortunately, you're in a home that's not boarded up, and the window, even though it's cracked, you can still hear, as you're kind of jumping all around Mizu, you can see out the window there are people that heard screaming that are coming towards the house. Maybe like 2 or 3.
Benny, you handle the door down here. I'm gonna go upstairs and get Missy.
Yeah, I'll go with you.
And Mizu's just gonna keep her in a headlock, or however she has her until the other 2 get up there.
Walks up these stairs and sees you holding her in a headlock.
The bathroom
What are
is
you
like
doing?
destroyed.
Mizu kind of turns to them and goes, "I promise, as soon as you guys help me get her knocked out, I'll explain. It's all gonna make sense."
Are we getting confessions for murder at all?
Yeah. Just help me knock her out, Celia.
Princess Celia, please. I didn't do anything wrong. She just came in and she attacked me. Please, she's a fucking weirdo. Please take her away.
Tell me the truth.
I didn't do anything. I was just trying to take a bath. Okay, the truth is, we told someone about the thing with Vinfira, and she's sleeping with some guy, some merfolk guy, and we know that Misu had some fucking contract, and the contract was like supposed to take away the but she didn't even
Okay. No, yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. Yeah.
Okay, hurry up and knock her out so we can take her to Daddy.
That's not something to knock someone out about. I mean, sure, it's shitty, but like, whoa, man.
I've got questions, honestly.
She's gonna
Contract?
break free and run out the room, running down the stairs.
Oh, I block her. I don't let her. Or if she runs by me, I'm gonna attack her. These are options.
Oh my god, are all the princesses here? What? Please, Princess
Oh,
Seer,
yeah, it's kind
your
of a
sisters
family thing.
have gone insane. They're trying to kill me.
They're usually insane, but like, yeah, they normally don't try to kill these people.
Missy thinks you've done something, and so I think it's best you just calm down and answer her questions, and then we can probably figure this out.
She just ran in and started punching me. Okay, we did wrong. Enna was upset because she was fired, and I overheard something from Vinfira, and we took our 2 informations, and we told someone, and if anything happened to us, if we were taken by the guards to the palace, they were going to tell everyone. But I promise you we can fix this. Just please don't kill us.
Who'd you tell? I mean, it's either tell me or deal with her up there. I mean, what's really, rock in a hard place.
I will hit you again, she shouts.
Roll an intimidation check. Actually, roll with advantage. You've punched her 3 times.
That was already the first one was a nat 20, so
Yeah.
it was a 24.
Okay. We told Shabriz, the one down at the Smiling Squid Tapestry store, we told her, and if anything happens to us, she was supposed to tell the entire palace and the Temple of Waves and tell everyone what you've done. But I'm so sorry.
Mizu's gonna approach them, kind of walk out of the bathroom and go over to where they are and go, okay, I promise I won't punch you again, but from this point on, you do what I say. Agreed?
Like, what do you want me to
At
do?
this point on, you do what I say. Princess Mizu. Agreed?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Great. And she's gonna kind of take Celia, her, and Seer back downstairs to where everyone is.
Immediately
can't
when
you
she
guys
sees
just-
Enna, she's gonna freak out.
I mean, that could have been you if you didn't know how to follow directions. Obviously, she didn't, so.
Arista pops up at her side and says, "Don't worry, she's only knocked out. She'll be okay."
At this point, Mizu is going to turn to Edna, who's knocked out first, and she is going to cast Polymorph on her in an attempt to turn her into the image of Seir in that caricature.
Okay.
Unmute yourself.
Oh,
Finish your talk.
Okay, roll me... Because of the wording of the spell of Polymorph, it's really designated for Beast, but I will let you do this, but I will... Roll me a percentage die. So just roll
Where
me a
is
straight
she?
100-sided die. And then she will roll her saving throw if this works.
Leaving it to chance.
That was a 21.
Ooh.
21%. Okay, what saving throw does she need to roll?
Wisdom save.
And what is the
And
DC?
she's knocked out, so.
Oh, that's true.
disadvantage.
Disadvantage?
Okay, the DC will be higher because you rolled such a low percentage die. What's the DC normally? I'm going to raise it by 3, whatever it is.
16, so 19.
Okay, with disadvantage. Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, I'm sorry. I'm going to lower it by 3.
Yeah, so 13.
So 13, yeah. With disadvantage, that's a nat 1. She polymorphs on the ground into Seer Goth's disguise. And can you describe that disguise one more time, Seer Goth?
I mean, I guess it kind of is a purplish hued water ganassi. She has this hooded cloak on. It's instead of the full jacket, it's like this hood and then like a half body cloak, and then just kind of has like these. She doesn't wear pants, so it's just like her legs are out, and she has her. You can see her tentacles and whatnot, like kind of like embroidered on her skin.
Okay, so it literally looks like Seer in disguise that was drawn at the caricature at the Moonlight Plaza, right there on the ground, the actual one that Stuart Jackal Grimm is looking for. And Jasmine is going to stifle a scream.
And then she's gonna do the same thing to Jasmine, except with Vinfira's disguise that was also in the caricature.
Alright, her DC will also be a 13, but she does not have disadvantage.
Do you want me to roll another 100% or no?
No, because... Actually, yeah, go ahead.
That was an 18. Out of 100? Come on now,
Okay,
y'all.
perfect. She beat the 13, so it fails. And is anybody holding on to her? Because she's booking it. She's running to her door. She's grabbing the doorknob. She's flinging the door open. And standing... Yeah. Go
I
ahead.
mean, if no one's stopping her and she's like running by all of us, I mean, which is highly unlikely, I will, ooh, she's probably gonna die. I will cast, Thorn Whip and just and just yank her back towards me.
Okay,
which pulls
she
her 10
runs
feet
to the
towards
door
me.
and opens the door. Those three people that are looking up at the house kind of look at the door, and she opens the door, and before she can yell help, whoosh, a vine goes around her neck and pulls her back, and the door slams shut by accident.
Well, Vinfira was talking to the people out front, like trying to defuse the situation.
Okay, roll
'Cause-
a performance check,
Yeah,
and
'cause
also
Seer-
roll damage, Seer.
Yeah, because Seer asked
could
her
kill
to
her.
go.
Oh god.
Non-lethal damage, I should say. Just trying to get her. I mean, if she can die, I'll bring her back. It's whatever.
Punching in the face knockout's a little different than a thorny whip to the neck.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's 7 points of damage. I can't make it less, so I
Yeah,
survive.
as you whip her neck and pull her back, it breaks her neck, and she falls on the ground dead. And what's the performance check, Vinfira?
We're using the left or the right number?
The left if you're
the
rolling that advantage stuff.
Oh, dirty 20.
They did not see her. You distracted perfectly. But now the rest of you are in that room with one dead body and one fake disguised seer goth.
Okay.
Seer kind of looks down and goes, "Ooh, I did not mean to be that aggressive." And she touches the body and she casts Revivify. It's just like, I didn't mean to. Boop.
As the magic
Bigger?
flows from your
Back.
hand, it revivifies her, her body, blood, and soul. She wakes up, you hear crunch as her neck snaps back into place, and she's on the ground, like, gasping for air,
So sorry about that. I did not mean to kill you. I just wanted you to stop. That is crazy.
Her eyes are fucking wide, like she sees the devil himself. Mizu, in your head, you're gonna hear,
Oh, I'm loving what you're doing, baby.
We're so bad at being vigilantes, guys.
Which is illegal, technically. Which was...
Yeah.
if we needed clarification.
Mizu kind of like exhales and puts her hands on her hips and goes, well, this didn't go as smoothly as I would have liked it to, but I think we can work around it. And she's going to turn to the rest of the sisters, specifically Seer and Vinfira, and says, I'm trying to keep Daddy and Rizaline from figuring out, kind of what you guys have been up to with your significant others. And,
Wait, is that a secret? Wait, pause.
No, everybody knows now.
Looks at Vinfield. Your significant other? This is what this has been about?
Yeah, Vinfira came back inside after dealing with the people outside, and she's like, I'm sorry, are you all questioning me about a significant other when there was just a dead woman on the floor?
Formerly dead, I brought her back. It's not an issue anymore. It's old. Move on.
Okay, well, Jasmine already spoiled it. Seer, we know you've got you a little boo thing. Vinfira, we know you've got you a little boo thing. And Daddy also thinks y'all's disguises, thanks to your behavior last night, are part of the murder. So, 2 birds with 1 stone. I hate these bitches. Now Daddy can kill them. Daddy thinks they're the murderers. Boom. All problem solved. I mean, are the murders still probably gonna happen? I mean, yeah. But as long as they don't happen to Genasi's, like, it's fine. I mean, they're poor anyways.
Not to put this like in a mean way, but I feel like you're really bad at your job. I have no problem with Daddy knowing about Leo. That's anyone can know about Leo. It's just Leo. Who cares? The disguise was just a test because well, if Daddy can't see through his own disguise, then it must be pretty good, and obviously he didn't. So I guess that was just a lot. This seems like it's really about the makeup. I feel like you're projecting that onto us.
I mean, what else would it be about?
You had just.
I mean, I'm trying to help you guys too, but y'all, you should know by now, I don't do anything unless it can also help me in return.
Father saw our disguises previously, correct? So when we bring these people in and they're not us...
Well, Daddy obviously had a little moment where he didn't remember that the caricatures were you guys, so...
I will say when Jackal was showing you guys the picture, Thrine did not seem to, in that moment at least, look like he recognized those caricatures.
Okay.
I mean, we can see how this goes. I'm trying to help protect you guys' secrets. I'm trying to get these bitches killed because they fucked with my makeup. And they were just really, really bad servants in general. And they tried to embarrass me. So I mean, I think this works out for all of us. I mean, Celia and Arista aren't really getting much out of this, but I mean, that's what like sisters are for, right? Sisterly bonds. I know you get me, Celia. I know we don't always get along, but I know you know where I'm coming from.
What? Wow. So there's approximately one secret. It sounds like Vinfira has a boo thing, which we will get back to. Fret not. However, the other secret, I think, is that you lied to us, brought us here under false pretenses because you wanted us to incriminate your bad servants. But again, I think that's really just on you. So I think we should actually get back to the investigation instead of this. What do we call this?
I mean, that's fine, but I'm gonna be taking her to Daddy to, you know, kind of fix this problem easily because I know that Jackal's gonna get fired after I, you know, say that I solved the murder first. So.
But hear me out. And then the actual solving of the murder is put on who?
I mean, I don't really care as much about like that, but I mean, Daddy's gonna be really proud of me.
You know what? You are so right. You should tell Daddy exactly what you think is going on, and he will be absolutely thrilled. You should go right now.
I mean, y'all have fun with the investigation.
I promise I won't tell a soul anything if you'll just let me go. I didn't see anything, she says from the floor.
You're coming with me too, Jasmine, and if you open your mouth, I'm gonna banish you. Thank you. Okay, are we done here? I mean, I can let you guys get back to your like murder or whatever. But I'm gonna go back to the kingdom.
Oh, okay, Misu. Just
Is
Whatever- whatever you want.
is the vine still around Jasmine?
No.
Okay. She's going to turn to Jasmine and be like, "Can you pick her up for me? I don't lift heavy things." And by the way, that wasn't a question, that was an order.
Yes, Your Majesty. And she's going to pick up Seer Goth disguise Enna.
Thank you. Alright, see you guys later. And she's gonna head out towards the kingdom with the two of them.
You just see Mizu go out the door with Jasmine, dressed as Jasmine, holding Seer, but not Seer, just a disguised random person. And those three are just going to trail off.
This is literally pre-day one of us going on our adventure, and Missy is already being buck wild. I am kind of concerned about the rest of this trip.
I just want to point out that Arista and I are not fully related to you guys, and that is such a nice feeling. Whoa.
No, honestly, relatable. I wish I had that.
No, not far from relatable.
Touche.
Well, before anyone grills me on it, I may or may not be in this.
I don't even care.
Okay, fair enough. I'm not going to get into that right now. That is all I needed to hear.
Lily,
Cool.
we're gonna have to talk about your talking times. Vinny, we will talk about that. Just not right now because we are investigating the
Sure.
murder.
Yes, it's inappropriate toward the dead to speak of such lively things. Someone please walk.
Leave this.
Head out
this
the door.
home. Oh, Arista finds the book. Oh, no.
Arista, you find on the side there a book that was written by Thadrin the Seafarer.
Ugh.
In Jasmine and Edna's place? I told y'all they were up to something.
Oh shit, I forgot we were in their place. Hold on, let me think. Strike
Nope.
that, reverse it.
No, it's canon now. It
No,
came out
no,
of
that
your
makes
mouth.
literally no fucking sense. For some reason, I thought we were in a different house. Okay, you actually find Enna's diary, and in that diary, it confirms that they told Shabriz about the fact that they found a contract that Mizu was working with Darian Karain to try to basically bankrupt and kill anyone in the other jewelry stores so that Darian's jewelry store will have a monopoly and be the best one. And that Venfira is secretly has an affair with a merfolk. And that when this secret... Huh?
How did they find out both? Oh, one of them found out each
each
secret,
one
right?
do a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
one
were
of them.
eavesdropping in my room.
And they are fully planning on revealing the secrets because they both fucking hate Mizu with their soul. And that in the morning, if they are to go missing, in Enna's diary, she's so excited because she already plans to hide to go missing. And so that the whole kingdom will know and will turn on Mizu tomorrow.
You know, I kind of expected this.
I didn't.
I want to know what I did. What did I do to deserve that?
If you hang out with Missy long enough, you typically get pulled into the whirlpool that is her drama. That's why I like to separate myself as far as possible.
I spoke with her for less than 10 minutes.
It's dangerous. She works fast. She works fast.
Oh. Shimmer, please be with me.
Do you think that this jewelry thing could be connected to? Because they deal in pearls, and then like we also source some pearl. We should really diversify what we do here, because now I'm like, are all these things pearl related, or do you have a lot of pearls? I don't know.
How about we go to the last house and finish out our rounds? Maybe that will give us some clarity on the many situations apparently going on when I'm gone for a few months. Did the deputies do anything? I mean, honestly.
Well, they have the bodies. That's something.
Which we should check out at some point.
Celia, Seer, you're brilliant. Alyssa, you are too, for different reasons. Let's get a move on,
Thank
shall we?
you.
So what would we like to do?
I think we're heading to Holland's house.
The last
that
last
what's
crime scene.
All right, as you get to Pollen's house, again, it is boarded up. We're just going to go ahead and Celia's not even waiting for a request. Bust down that door. And as you go in, it's a similar scene, except this one is in the kitchen area. This one was at the table. It looks like they fell on the table and the table broke. And they have a prayer mat that was beside them. And someone want to roll a religion check?
I would give that person guidance.
I'll roll.
That's not one of my things. Sorry.
All right, add a d4 to your religion check.
Hey.
16.
They worship the god Mirthax.
Here, thanks.
And what is Mithax the god of again?
We have an image for that.
Look at my list of gods.
Yeah, show us that beautiful image of all the gods.
The god of strength. I don't have it on the overlay right now, but I'll put it in for next time. Mirthax is the god of strength, and it's in physical form. It looks like a big iridescent beetle.
Also, I just noticed we missed one. We got a main player advantage.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah, when I was knocking people out. Dang.
Sorry, me just. Why'd you say that? Then?
All right. The next roll we do will have advantage, because technically you're all main players.
We're all the star. No Tony for us.
Are those gods like all of the same pantheon? Like, do we know that, or because I know that there's like a lot of separate religions in.
There
This-
are
and I-
3 tiers of gods in Silvernell. There are other gods that are worshipped. These are the ones that were at the temple and the statues, and the one I have an image I will put up next time, are the general most popular gods that are worshipped. There are various other gods, but it might be just a small town that worships them or something. But these are like, as far as the Silver Seas, the gods.
Okay.
And gods in Silvernell are real. Like in our world, you're like, show me proof that your religion exists. In this world, it's show me proof that this god doesn't exist, because these
they're
gods
very tangible.
meddle.
Very cool.
I mean, there are paladins and clerics walking around all the time, so.
Ask me about my religious beliefs. Okay,
All right,
guys.
so you're in the kitchen of Paulin's. What else would you like to do?
Arista, do you want to try another investigation?
Absolutely, and off she goes.
All right,
scared
roll
to,
with
like, say
advantage. Main player
great.
advantage.
That's right. I didn't turn it on, but I'll just roll again. Investigation. It's a 23.
Damn, good rolls. As you're
I
kind
have
of
good
going,
modifiers.
yeah, it's perfect. As you're going through the cabinets and stuff, there is a case full of those unrefined pearls once again that you know come from the same Thadrin the Seafarer.
Adrian.
Well, we have 3 separate gods and a multitude of pearls, 2 of which unrefined straight from the Pearl Caves.
Got
We
the
have-
map and with that signed, see Thadrin. That add that as well.
Do you feel sick again, Seer?
No, actually, I feel pretty good. Once I get into like some excitement, it kind of like works its way through my stomach. I feel better.
I would have suggested eating one of these pearls if you were still feeling bad.
I don't know if I personally would recommend eating the murder scene pearls, but to each their own.
Hey, a lot of like horrible things have happened today. I don't think that it would be the worst.
Around
Yeah.
that time, while you're working, into the palace storms Mizu Minu, with knocked out disguise Enna being held by Jasmine. What would you like to do, Mizu?
Mizu is gonna head to where she knows her dad is at currently, but as they're walking in, she's gonna lean down and whisper to Jasmine, "As long as you follow along with everything that I say, you're gonna be okay."
Yes, Your Majesty. You know, your father is in the meeting room right now. He's currently having a meeting with Papa Seasalt. As you walk in, you hear Papa Seasalt grieving about the fact that the catches of pearls have drastically diminished and it's affecting his business. And this is going to, if this keeps up, we're going to run out of pearls and it's going to tank the economy. And your father is trying to comfort him.
Oh, Mizu!
Hi, Daddy. I'm back just like I said, and I did what you asked.
Who do you have with you? What the hell?
I mean, don't you see who Jasmine is carrying? I thought you would recognize her from the character chair that you showed me.
Oh my, Mizu! How did you? Put her on the table.
Well, it was actually all Jasmine. Jasmine actually came to me and had some information on the murder, and she said that as long as she provided this information to us, that all she wished in return was to be reinstated as one of my servants. Isn't that wonderful? Right, Jasmine?
Right. That's
Yeah. So Jasmine actually helped me shed some light on what has been happening in the kingdom, and actually knew where our murder suspect was. And as you can see, I've taken care of the situation for you, Daddy, just like I promised.
Wow, Jasmine, that is extremely kind of you. I was very disappointed to hear that you no longer wanted to work with us, but I am thrilled to see you're back. And wow, the investigation work you have done, Mizu, I am so proud of you. Let's not get close to that body just yet. I'm gonna call in some of the guards to take care of this. We're gonna deal with this pronto. But what about the other one, Mizu?
Well, I'm not sure. Jasmine didn't know anything about the other one, but was actually very helpful in shedding some light on this one. But Jasmine did warn me that she's very, very dangerous, and I was actually able to knock her out myself. Daddy, aren't you proud of me?
I am very proud of you, my dear.
Actually, I do know where the other one is.
Oh, how wonderful. We need to capture them completely.
Yes, I would be glad to take you to them. But it's very dangerous. I don't know if we all should go. Perhaps I could just lead you, your king?
That's really interesting, Jasmine. When I questioned you earlier, why didn't you relay that information to me as your princess?
I just remembered, actually. But I'd be more than glad to take you. But it's...
How convenient, I would say. Daddy, don't you also think it's a little suspicious that Jasmine happens to know as much information about these murders as she does, as well as who exactly was committing them?
Jasmine, you have anything to say to that?
I've been sleeping with, them.
You were having sexual intercourse with murderers?
I didn't know they were murderers at the time, but, yes, and I am very ashamed, and, also I would like to take you to them personally.
Daddy, according to Vinvera, vigilantism is actually a crime in the kingdom, right? So I would consider, one of our people sleeping with a known murderer in the kingdom to be, breaking the law. Wouldn't you assume so, Daddy? I would think so. And I know we definitely couldn't have somebody like that in our kingdom.
Well, hold on, Mizu, that is a good point.
Well, I didn't know they were murderers at the time.
Well, I guess if you didn't know...
And if I'm willing to take you to them, they have no idea that we're coming, perhaps that would show my loyalty to the kingdom.
Well, that is a really good point. Mizu, what do you have to say to that?
I think she's lying, Daddy, because if she was loyal to the kingdom in the first place, she would have never quit working for us. Isn't that right?
I wouldn't... But, your liege, I wouldn't lie to you.
All right, both of you calm down. 1 second.
And he's going to yell for one of the servants to get the steward to come in. Yes, Your Honor.
Well, we seem to have a little pickle here. We have... Shut the door. Jackal, do that thing that you do.
I'm confused, Your Honor.
You know, a little truth seeker.
Ah. He's going to stand back and he's going to cast Zone of Truth on the servant. On Jasmine. And he's going to be like, I'm going to ask you again. What do you know about the murderer? And did you know they were the murderer when you were sleeping with them? She's going to talk and she goes, I actually have no idea who the murderer is. Mizu came into my house and started beating me up and then beat up Edna and then took me and forced me to say this.
Mizu?
Daddy, you're gonna believe a lowly servant over your precious daughter? You know I would never do anything like that. That doesn't even sound like me, Daddy. Harming people of our kingdom?
Honey, it's a zone of truth. She can't lie.
Well, I don't know what she's talking about, Daddy.
Mizu, go to your room.
I'm just trying to help.
Go to your room.
She's gonna storm off.
All right, you have no idea what's happening in that room as you leave. We're going to go back to the investigation. What's going on? This is wild.
Did we finish investigating the house?
Did you, everyone?
Oh, after
I rolled a
found that
23
stuff, yeah.
and I found, yeah. So, are we done? Were there other rooms? Or like...
Was there sign of a struggle at all? Like, we haven't seen the bodies at all.
The table was
They were
broken.
The only thing that seems like a struggle is the table's broken. But in the report it says they were found on the floor on top of the table. So you imagine they were sitting in a chair and bloated and fell on top of the table.
Okay.
And they think this is, and they have like they call this a homicide. Like they think someone is killing these people. They haven't like.
That's what they
Or
believe.
is it just a bunch? Or is it just a bunch of crimes? And like, oh, these people. Okay, I'm not sure. I wasn't sure if we.
I think the mixture of bodies appearing that are dead and bloated and vinegary and sugary, mixed with people being in the palace they shouldn't. They're kind of putting one and one together to come up with this conclusion. This is still an ongoing investigation.
I go over to Vinfira and I'm like, well, you know, they think that someone did this because they saw two people running through the castle, but we know who those people were. Perhaps something is doing this, and like they all have all like been somewhere and they like caught something, or like, you know, maybe what's his name? Thadrin. Maybe he's done something to them to maybe send a message to us, to the kingdom, because everyone's always mad at us about something. can make everybody happy.
Hmm.
Maybe they're sick, but maybe they have a sickness versus like a getting killed thing.
Maybe they're just sick. Maybe they're just sick and dying.
And
Maybe we
it's a
should get
coincidence
the
that they all have Thadrin stuff.
yeah. Well, I mean, everybody has Stadrin stuff. Like, these pearls are everywhere.
Or maybe they tried that and stuff because what we had didn't work. Maybe we should go to big somebody's Papa Sea Salt's apothecary.
Well, Papa
Maybe-
Salt is in a meeting with our dad right now.
Oh, well, maybe we should go see Dad and ask him about. Maybe if he knows what's going on. Well, obviously he does if Dad's talking to him. So maybe we should just follow up on what they know. Playing out of a deficit here.
We need to catch up. We all need to be on the same page.
Yeah.
It
We only
was-
have half of the story. We need to get the rest.
It's really like strong to be like, yeah, we don't want the extra information, but now that we don't have the extra information, it's like, damn, it's kind of hard. But I will not give up.
We will overcome this.
Okay, so are we going to the palace?
Yes.
All right, you make your way to the palace. Your father is in a meeting with Papa Sea Salt. As you go in, they're finishing up their meeting.
Ah, princesses! Wait, before you say anything. Who let Mizo do it?
Mizu
All
did.
of us.
Who
All of
lets
us.
Missy do anything? She just kind of
Yeah.
did it.
She went
Yeah.
into someone's home and beat the shit out of them.
1 second, we're performing our investigation by the books, of course, because I ensured that. And the next moment, she says, "Oh, how about we go over here to continue our investigation?" And then suddenly there's blood everywhere and
Blood?
screaming and
Oh my god.
Apparently, Missy's been getting in some extracurricular activities that she didn't want people to find out about and tried to use us in this investigation to clean up her mess.
Look,
Perhaps you've heard about that?
I have heard of that. It is imperative you all go on this mission. It's very important. And now, because of this, I have to find a way to cover this up so Mizu doesn't look bad. So now I have to execute 2 servants for no reason. You
we
need
don't have
to
to-
be careful.
You can banish them. Probably.
Yeah, you could just like throw them out. Do you have to?
No, because wherever they're gonna go, they're gonna run their mouths. And I already can tell one of
just-
them's a pretty good liar.
You could cut off their hands and tongue, and then they can't communicate.
Don't
Guys,
take any
yeah.
tips from Celia. She's been hanging out with Mizu simply too much.
Listen, I'm not taking
Maybe
any
it's-
chances on them scrawling on walls or doing some form of telepathy. I'm not taking any chances. Look, you know me, I'm a just guy, but we gotta keep Mizu's reputation. I've already ordered their execution, and I don't want to hear a word about it, okay? They both decided to leave anyways. One of them I fired, but I still consider it them leaving. They did it on their own accord, walked out the building. So I've got to do what I've got to do. Okay? Do you have anything else to talk about? Because I'm trying to stay calm right now.
That's fine. You're just eventually gonna run out of people to execute trying to clean up her mess.
Yeah.
But we just came here because we're curious to know. Well, we wanted to talk to Papa Sea Salt because we were doing our investigation as asked, and we come across some pearls, lots of pearls that were of lower quality, and maybe everyone was kind of sick, and we're just curious to know if there's been any up in sales for medications at Papa Sea Salt. So people
My
just been
pearls
getting
do
sick.
not make people sick. I do not understand what they are talking about.
No,
My
have
pearls
more
are only the
people-
good stuff.
Have more people been getting sick and coming to you recently?
I have
Or have
had
you
a
been
few
using different
people.
pearls?
The girl that Rachel, she come to me and she say, I need pearl ointment to help me with disease, but I cannot help her. I have never seen anything like this before.
Did she mention what the
Wait.
disease was?
She
how did you
was-
know it was Rachel? We didn't mention her.
The girl Rachel who died, she is the one that came to me.
We did not mention Rachel by name. How did you immediately know who we were speaking of?
Rachel is one of the girls that, one of the people that get dead from the disease. She
We
is
would have
the,
heard about it in the local news.
uh,
when it
Maybe
happened.
he's good at his job, unlike some people we know, so he probably keeps pretty good records.
Rachel and Margaret, they only two who come to me for this. And normally people come to me and I have things that can help them.
But just Rachel and Margaret, it wasn't Paulin and
I do not know this pollen.
And do you know what was wrong with Rachel? This illness she had?
She was getting chunkier in the face. She feel nauseous. Yeah, her inside she feel boiling. I've never heard of anything like this before.
Does it look like anything similar to something we've seen before, like trench foot or like something?
No, very
else?
different from trench foot. I unfortunately I had to turn them away. I gave them complimentary medicines, but unfortunately I hear from the grapevine that it does not work.
Benfira finds a clue, thanks to Michelangelo.
Yay!
Okay.
God's working out here.
Venfira, as you're thinking about it, you just, without even thinking, you just kind of blurt out, like, kind of under your breath, Thadrin the Seafarer. And he kind of hears you and goes, Hey, Thadrin, this bad wizard, lives in the cave. And he turns to the king, he is the one that's using the jelly monster to block us. I try, but he keeps using the monster and we cannot get the pearls.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that.
Yes?
We got that name from one of the victims.
You see,
Yes.
they have a Thadrin. Why would they have name a Thadrin?
There was a map and a multitude of unrefined pearls in their residences.
Oh,
We were thinking maybe they got sick and they couldn't use
They
your stuff,
probably
they went to him.
Yes, that sounds most likely. They go down to Thadrin to get unrefined pearls, thinking they can make better medicine than Papa Sea Salt. I say no. But that's probably what they tried. But as you can see, it does not work. Papa Sea Salt always gives right things.
In your
Except
professional
for-
opinion,
But
do you think
with the king and I, we have made decision. We are tired of jellyfish. We have tried to talk to jellyfish, tell them to go home. But they no listen. They only listen to their jellyfish Mama Kraken. And Mama Kraken is only controlled by Thadrin. Which is why tomorrow the gracious king has offered us a lot of people to come with us, and once and for all we go stop this monster and defeat Thadrin so Pearl Cave can be opened.
Well, I didn't say that per se. I said we need to renegotiate because obviously Thadrin's upset.
Yes, negotiate with killing and stabby stab.
No.
I do like starting wars? Just curious if we're going to a war with the giant Kraken monster, or if perhaps we should take out the person and or speak to the person who controls the Kraken monster. It's a
Thadrin.
fact of fixing both those problems.
Well, we've had a contract with Thadrin, but apparently he's upset about something. And if we don't get this pearls, our economy's gonna go down faster than Mizu trying to literally do anything. Do not tell her I said that.
I won't have to. That just will sit with me forever.
All right. You don't have to worry about this. In the morning, it'll all be clear. You'll be on your way. We'll take care of it. But
Are you sure this is a good time for us to be leaving if literally the entire kingdom's economy is at stake here? Maybe we can help with this Thadrin problem. You don't want to lose your best warriors, Daddy.
you can be involved if you want, but it is imperative you get a move on.
Like now? Is it happening every...
No, we're going tonight.
Ooh. Well, I'm definitely interested in going.
Well,
Everyone else?
we're gonna have a... Well, Papa, is he still the same kind of...
Yes, Thadrin has not changed. Still a cranky, bald, icy man. He does big fan of princesses, though.
Well, that is true. Perhaps they can help with the negotiation.
They perhaps could.
Well, perhaps.
Perhaps.
Not to interrupt you, but we are your perfect problem solver, so perhaps we can help.
Then you wish to come with me?
Well, I think kind of we have to. We're on this case, and I think this is a part of that case. So I
Wait,
think-
we think this has something to do with the murder of these people?
I think it could be.
You think
Again, we had
Thadrin
to-
murdered them?
I don't know if Thadrin murdered them, or perhaps he gave them faulty pearls, and the pearls made them sick, or didn't heal them of their problems. But I think Thadrin is our next connection.
I would like to mention that they all did have, there were some religious motifs that I noticed at the crime scenes as well.
Let's sit on this. Let's talk about it. And tonight, we'll put our plan into action. Knock, knock, knock. Come in!
Jackal walks in. It has been done, sir.
Well, I hope it wasn't too painful.
I did it exactly like you asked, sir. Your problem is no more.
Thank you. And, why don't you go ahead and get your body measurements, because by the end of the night you might be walking through the street.
And he kind of looks at you guys. Yes, we'll see about that. And with that, we're going to end the session there, and we'll come back next time. I want to thank you guys for playing so much. This was super fun. Fucking crazy, and I love the chaos. If you're watching us on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, thank you so much. Thank you for jumping in our game and making random shit happen. It literally was so fun tonight. So,
Yes.
Also, I forgot to run the advertisement. Please visit our Patreon. Meg, you want to tell them about the Patreon?
Sure. Becoming a member of our Patreon means that you are supporting our channel and helping us make more content. You will be getting early access to all bonus content that we start to come out with. You'll get exclusive access to some content once we get there. And you automatically get an entry in all of our giveaways. Isn't that cool?
Sounds good to me.
Patreon.com/theadventuresinsilvernell.
Thank you, Meg. You can also visit us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all the social medias, besides X. We'll see everybody again for episode 3 next time. See you later.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.